that's what's the difference when presenting to a virtual or a hybrid audience? So any advice on that? I know Cisco Live is usually face-to-face, but I know that you've also, during the pandemic, had to look at other versions as well. And Rebecca, you've probably got experience in both. So don't mind who wants to take this one first.
Yeah, I can go first. So they're pretty different. I think the experience as a presenter. For me, like I personally, I'm very extroverted, so I get a lot of energy from being on stage, and I like to be able to see people's faces and their reactions. And so there's a lot of energy to work with when you're on stage, just in the room. When you're presenting virtually, it can be a lot more difficult because you're often just have like your empty kitchen in front of you or, an office wall. So you really have to keep that energy going, especially if you're presenting a session that's longer, 30, 40, 50 minutes. I know at Cisco, they do hour-and-a-half sessions. So keeping that energy going when you're in a virtual environment, I think is a very different experience than being on stage, having all of the production and having those faces kind of nodding and agreeing and looking back at you. I don't think that you should practice any less. I think you should still, practice the full amount. I wouldn't have any notes. I'm not a fan of, notes on the screen. When you're trying to deliver a virtual presentation, I think you should deliver it at the same level and prepare at the same level as you would if you were in a physical presentation. It's just as important, whether you're in person or virtual. Again, it's your brand, it's your reputation that you're showcasing to the world. So prepare accordingly.
Yeah, to add to that, I think, the first answer that popped in my mind was, when you're presenting remotely, usually, again, like we do here, we're sitting, right? And it's a big difference when you're sitting and they don't see your whole body. It's a very different experience. So I've seen a lot of people actually doing this, even if it's a remote meeting or remote presentation, they would stand and do it standing, even standing still or actually moving a little bit. But to add to that, I think the question was also about if people are speaking at conference that is in person and virtual together. And we've seen those sessions where the session is going on, the speaker is in the room, you have people in the room face to face, but there's also people joining remotely. That makes things a bit more complicated. We actually haven't done it yet for Cisco Live, so we either did it only virtual during the pandemic, and since we came back to face to face, we're only doing it face to face. We don't really put virtual attendance into the technical sessions. We do broadcast the big keynote sessions, but it's very different there. The focus is still on the in-person attendees, on those who come, invest most of their time and money to come to the event. So they're our first priority. But I do think, from our perspective, if you know you're in a conference, you're in a room, you're presenting in front of people, and you also have people attending remotely, my recommendation is definitely to have a moderator next to you, like one of your colleagues, another subject matter expert that would monitor everything that is going on the virtual stream. If there are any important questions, then he would pose it to you. You can make a pause every 15-20 minutes and see if there's anything important from the virtual audience. But still, the focus will be on the people that came and made the effort to come and be there with you, right? So if you're on your own, it's going to be super challenging because you can't focus on both at the same time. My recommendation would be focus on the people in the room, get a second person to help you with those who are remote.
Yeah, I agree with Bonny, and I think it depends on the setup. So is it, like you said, the main conference is the people that are physically there and everyone else is being broadcasted to watch? Or is it like, more of a TV show setup where the people there, the in-studio audience, but the main conference is actually virtual, and then adjusting accordingly? So are you speaking to the audience? Or are you speaking to the camera? And the people are just in person getting to watch this all being filmed. So it really depends on who your main audience is and then kind of presenting to them. And also like the production team should help with where to put cameras to make sure that they're capturing your face and being able to get those close-ups as well, so that it's a great experience virtually as well as in person. So I don't think it's all on the presenter there. Like the production team will have a lot to do with what that experience looks like.
A lot more balls to juggle.